Hello guys and welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today I'm going to make a demo review of this new guitar. This is an EVH Wolfgang Special. So first and foremost, I have the EVH Wolfgang Standard, and this guitar is a step up in my opinion. But there are a few issues with the guitar itself, and those issues are pretty similar to the one that is the standard one. So nothing really concerning, but it's the way it is. It seems like EVH sent these guitars in the spirit of Van Halen, so you can do whatever you want to do with them and take your neck and shim the neck and everything else that he used to do. So the things that make it apart are the construction. Of course, this one is better built. In terms of the neck, the fretwork is very well done. There's no fret edges at all. On the back, it has the Fender logo and all those stickers. Okay, and the tuners are EVH branded. I don't know what tuners they are. Now, guitar, in terms of the body, I'm gonna put all the materials here on the screen so I don't have to talk about that. In terms of the body is a little bit thinner than the standard, I mean. But you have that carved top. So in the end, if you measure from here, top to the bottom, it's basically the same thickness. But I was hoping this guitar would be a little bit thicker and still have the carved top. It's not as much carved as I saw on the pictures. It seems more carved in pictures than in real life. This color, I don't know what color this is. It's kind of a red blood thing, because they don't name it on the website. I was going for the sort of a sunburst, but there was not available, so I also like this one. I picked this one up. So on the D-tune you have this little bit of wood recess, so you can pull it back and forth much better than on the other Van Halen guitar that I have here. It's the AVH, like a Strat, you know, AVH red stripes. So basically configuration like a Les Paul. It's very light. Sort of very light. It's not super light, but it's not heavy at all. The neck is also thinner than on the special one. On the standard one, and that's pretty much it. Bolt-on neck. And when I got this guitar, I thought to myself, maybe I have to shim the neck again because the action is not where I want it to be. That's where the problem lies. And no, it's not the same thing. On the other guitar, all the strings, I mean, even here, all the strings are a little bit higher on the neck for my taste, so it's not kind of normal. And if you shim the neck, everything, I put some stuff on the pocket, everything goes to place. On this guitar, I didn't need to do that, thank God. I just needed to lower the tremolo, so it's not totally parallel with the body. I don't know if you guys can see that on the camera, but that's just some minor thing that I can solve it very easily by taking this a little bit higher and pulling the strings behind. But this way gives me the lower action possible the way I like it, because I like to have a very low action. So what happens is the fact that when you lower your tremolo here, it gets a little bit more difficult to work with the whammy bar, okay? Not a problem on the standard one, I don't know why, but this one, like my EVH stripe, is a little bit harder to push, maybe because the screws are a little bit more bolt, you know, screwed down. Other than that, the Floyd, I think it's the same thing. If it's not, leave me a comment below. But the pickups also sound the same thing. Now you have a very cool non-friction, I think it's called that way, volume knob, and this one is much harder to move around, which makes sense. So if you want to do that kind of violin stuff is very useful for that. The other one is a little bit tougher, so it doesn't work so well. But it's a very beautiful color, as you can see on the camera, and it sounds great. I have this patch here on the GT-1000 called EVH 5150, and I'm still working on this one, but it sounds really cool. now on my other EVH standard, I put 08 strings, kind of a hybrid setup because they end on 42. And I'm really liking those strings because you don't lose anything in power. It's kind of a myth for me. And I think Rick Beato has proven that in one of these videos. And it still sounds strong and it's much easier to bend. So I'm really considering putting 08s on all my guitars because it's easier to play and you want it to be easier. You don't want to make it difficult. So a few more sounds. All these harmonics are hard. And you can really dial down the volume. Now regarding tuning stability, I think it should be better. Although the strings are bolt on here, as you guys know, are secure here, I mean, it still goes out of tune a little bit, more than I would expect it. I guess for the price range, the guitar should be a little bit more well thought out in terms of the tremolo, because, you know, I have some Ibanez in the same price range, and as well as Charvel under the same company here, and they pretty much, the way they're constructed and built, and regarding tremolos, especially Ibanez, there's no comparison. They work flawlessly, they never go out of tune, and it's not like what's going on here. Although the strings are new, but it shouldn't go out of tune so easily as it does. Same happens to my EVH red stripe guitars, and the same thing with the standard EVH Wolfgang. So I have always to unscrew a little bit this and tune up, and then again it goes into... I hope this is just temporary because the strings are fairly new. And now the typical thing, we are in tune. And I'm going to use detuner. As always, doesn't work at the first time. So you can really rely on this if you're playing live. Unless you make a break, of course. But once it's drop D, it's perfectly in tune with the other strings, and that's what really matters. Let's see if it's in tune now. It is, so... I'm having a hard time playing because of my tendinitis. I have some new appointments in the doctor because I need to make some new exercises, stuff like that. Sorry for my mistakes, I was going here. Because I'm used to go here with my Ibanez, you know. Here you got a little bit upper. But the action is pretty low as I like it. About less than 1 millimeter here, which is kind of cool. There's a little bit of fret buzz in some areas, but if you play lightly, you can get around without no fret buzz. Gotta learn how to play this properly because it's not the way he plays it. I think we have a noise, okay. This patch has no boost or overdrive pedal or distortion pedal in front, it's just the amp and a special IR from Van Halen, at least model on Van Halen speaker. Also, you cannot, although you can, if you work on the guitar, of course, change the pickup height. You can unscrew this and make some space to put something underneath and put it higher. Because once again, the neck pickup is very low regarding in relationship to the bridge pickup. So it's normal that I hear a loss of distortion gain. I mean, as less gain, you get used to it, but you should be able to control this. Come on, this is a $1,000 guitar. At least right now it surpasses that. There gotta be a reason for them to mount them like this, but I really don't understand. You should be able to raise them or lower them as you wish. But it sounds sweet. Probably is going out of tune a little bit. No, not really. Oh, it also has clean tones, sort of. Maybe not with this patch. But does them, and does them pretty well. So I'm really happy with the guitar, not so happy with my tendinitis because it's getting worse and it hurts to play. But the guitar is this baked maple neck and it's made in Mexico, dot inlays, and sounds really cool. I like this shape of this guitar, I really like. I always wanted to have like this guitar. And the color is really beautiful. Personally, live, you cannot probably see it as well on the camera, yet it is live and shines all over the place. So I don't know what's the difference between the American guitars, to be honest with you guys, in terms of materials and woods, because that doesn't really make a difference in the end. But probably is more, they have more detail, more attention to detail, and but it's not something that, but it's something they should have on a $1,000 guitar as well. And I think some stuff here should be a little bit better because comparing to Charvel, you know, and Fender, some things are a little bit off. Like I said in the beginning, it's like they send you this guitar and now you're gonna work like if you're Van Halen, and if you have problems, just deal with it. It's sort of that, in that ballpark. But nonetheless, it's a great guitar, and if you're in the market for one, I highly recommend you because you're gonna love it. Thin neck, very easy to play, low action, and it sounds great. So many thanks for watching once again, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel, helps a lot. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Cheers.